Lynn Rosato with Hallie Hill Animal Sanctuary is back this week to introduce me to another pet who's in need of a great home here in the Lowcountry for this edition of Quintin's Close-Ups. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel and like Quintin's Close-Ups on Facebook. And be sure to follow me on the Palmetto Network. Lynn Rosato with Hallie Hill Animal Sanctuary. Welcome back to Quintin's Close-Ups.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
And speaking of having us, obviously you have Tiger here.
I do. This is Tiger. He is 15 years old. So says the paperwork. He certainly does not act like a 15-year-old. He has ran up our front steps and has been exploring the house, smelling all those good kitty smells for the last half hour or so. And he really is a joy. He is a nice size. You can see he's very active. Yes. He's like, let me down.
Right.
And he would make a wonderful, wonderful companion. Perfect size. He is very, very friendly, gets along with other dogs.
Yeah.
He was an owner. Cats, well, I don't know. I haven't seen him interacting with cats, but I bet he would become friends. I bet he would. Now, the cats, I don't know. But he would probably like the cats.
Yes.
He was an owner surrender. Sadly, his mom got ill, and she had to go into a different living situation and couldn't take Tiger with her.
Right.
So we were blessed with this little guy, and now we are tasked with finding him a wonderful home, which we will do.
Absolutely. So Tiger is, 15 years old. He's active, but what type of dog is he?
We don't really know. Isn't he cute? He's adorable.
Yes.
Looks like some kind of terrier, maybe mix, a Bichon mix.
Right.
As with most of the dogs that come into the shelter, we don't know what their backgrounds are. But he's got those nice floppy ears, and you can't see it, but he's been groomed, and he's got a big fluffy tail. And
wow.
He's probably about 15 pounds, so not real big.
Big, yeah.
Yeah, not real big. And he's just a love of a dog. We drove over here, and he sat on my front seat and looked out the window and was having a grand old time.
Oh, well, that's what matters in this heat.
Yes.
And speaking of the heat, obviously we are in the dog days of summer, no pun intended.
Oh, yes.
But I know just recently a local animal shelter here in the Lowcountry actually picked up a couple of dogs that were found in a plastic container right behind Best Buy right there on Rivers Avenue, North Charleston.
Yes.
Unfortunately, they had some burns to their, body and feet. And also they're dealing with heat stress. So in this type of weather right here, Ms. Rosato, what type of tips do you have for the owners who are going to bring their dogs out in this type of weather?
Exactly. You have to take the same precautions that we do as people, really. Hydrate. Have available water all the time. If you're walking, take some portable water with you. That's an important tip.
Right.
Go in the off, if there's such a thing in Charleston, when it's a little bit cooler, early in the morning, late at night. Try and take advantage of those cooler temperatures. One big thing that people sometimes don't think about is the dog's paws, and the dogs that you mentioned actually had burnt paws. Sidewalks and asphalt get very, very hot.
Yes.
And the dogs sweat actually through their paws and by panting. So it's easy for them to burn their paws. So when you're walking, you have to think about that. Try and stay on grass as much as you can. Sometimes that's not easy, but that's just something to be aware of, that their paws can get burned very easily. If you put your hand on a surface and it's too hot for your hand, it's too hot for their feet. That's a good rule of thumb. The other thing is, do not leave an animal in a car under any circumstances in this situation. Ever, when the heat is like this. You think, I'm only running in for a minute. I'll be back out in 2 minutes. Well, you just never know how you're going to get sidetracked and how long you will be in anywhere. And death can happen extremely quickly. Cars heat up to well over 100 degrees in a very short amount of time.
Wow.
He's back.
He's back.
So Yeah, so please be aware.
Yes.
Never ever leave your animal in a car. That's something to be thought of. Provide shade. I know lots of dogs have doggy doors, and that's wonderful.
Yes.
But if they're going to go out into your yard situation, be sure that they have shade. At the sanctuary, we have either big trees in every enclosure, or we have shade cloths, sailcloths.
That's right.
So that dogs can get out of the direct sun. So that's important to keep their coats shaved if you can. It's, they have a fur coat on.
Yes.
They really do.
Yeah.
So if it's possible, make sure that that's trimmed up so that they can be cooler. And air conditioning where you can.
Yes, absolutely. And what other tips that we don't know about that we should know?
Well, the pause one was one that I hadn't thought about when I started working with the sanctuary, is thinking about how hot surfaces get from the sun. That's one tip that I really was surprised to learn and to read about. So be cautious of that and take advantage of grass whenever you can.
Absolutely.
We don't, at the sanctuary, we have all grass. So that's something that we really don't think about. But when you're in a home and you're in your neighborhood and you're walking your dog, just be aware of that.
Absolutely. And going back to Mr. Tiger, how can we adopt him right now?
Yes. HallieHill.com, as you've heard me say so many times, is our portal to everything about Hallie Hill. All our fundraisers, all our adoptions. We have 150 dogs and 50 cats at any point in time, and they're all listed there under that tab, and you fill out an application and hit submit, and Michelle will get back to you and get you out there to meet your new family member as soon as she possibly can. So that's the best way.
And speaking of fundraisers, it's July, so what's new at Hallie Hill Animal Sanctuary?
Yes, we just finished Putting for Paws a few weeks ago, so thank you to everyone who contributed, and we had a fabulous day and exceeded our expectations, so we are thankful to the people of Charleston for that. Our next big fundraiser is Laps for Love. It is a swim where you can sponsor a group of swimmers, a single swimmer. That's all on our website for a set amount or a per lap amount. We have some of our swimmers in past years who have swum up to 200 laps.
Woo!
So you won't find me in the pool, but I will be there.
Yes,
rooting all of our swimmers on. You won't find me there though. That is on Saturday, August 26th. We start very early in the morning. Again, taking advantage of those cooler temperatures for our athletes. And we will be doing that as a Facebook Live event. So you'll be able to follow us all through the morning. Jennifer and I will be narrating that swim. We have 3 or 4 different heats, and it is a wonderful time. And the people who are swimming are doing it for the love of the animals of Hallie Hill, and we are so appreciative of that. So August 26th, you can get online right now, HallieHill.com, and make your pledges, and then tune in on that day and cheer on all of our swimmers.
That's exciting. We'll be looking forward to that. Well, Lynn, you're welcome. Well, Lynn Rosato at Hallie Hill Animal Sanctuary, thank you for your time, and I'll see you soon here on Quintin's Close-Ups.
Thank you so much, Quintin. We appreciate your support. Stay cool, everyone.
Oh, you're welcome. Anytime. Yes.
Take care.